All right, let's get right into it. I want everybody to look at the dog's tail right now. I just had this dog dropped off at my house for a board and train. Let's look at his tail. It's nice and even. That's going to be important because right now you're going to go ahead and see a dog with his tail up.
No.
And my dog just let out a bark. He's wearing an e-collar. He's on place with a tether. I just gave him a correction. And look at the dog's body. Look at the dog I'm handling, his body language. His tail is up. His ears are up. So he is in a cocky mode right now. He is excited, and he's very alert. Now, let's look at that pose. Now, that's very telling for someone like me. You can tell the dog is very confident. This is how we introduce dogs safely to each other. The dog on the leash is Evan. He's a pit bull Catahoula mix. And right now I'm teaching him leash pressure. So he's looking at my dog, and I'm going the other way. As soon as I notice he's locked in on my dog, I am going the opposite way. And when I go the opposite way, he gets a small correction. And depending on how hard he's going in the direction of my dog determines on how much he's going to feel that correction. So they begin to learn real quick that if they start to pay attention to me, they never have to feel that momentary discomfort. So if they listen to me, they're not going to feel anything. But if they focus on another dog, they're feeling momentary discomfort because they cannot keep track of where I'm going because they're too into looking at this other dog. So right there, when the dog tries to sit down, he's actually trying to stop the exercise. It's important to just keep going, and that way they learn they can't use their body to stop any exercises. So what I want everybody to notice is I started working this dog close to the road, just in eyesight of my dog, and now I'm moving up to the second car, right? And then I will go on to the third car. So I'm basically, what I'm getting at is I'm etching closer and closer to my dog and looking for signs between the dog on the leash and the dog on place. So right here is when my dog breaks place. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So what happened there is I was making some noises to get Evan to encourage him to follow me, and that in combination with the dog being closer than he's been since this video started triggered my dog. He's going to let him know that he's at his house. But the problem with that is it's my house. So if I tell my dog this dog is okay, he's got to listen, right? So that's why we make sure we eliminate the possibility of my dog or Evan ever doing anything to my dog, right? We eliminate that possibility. So that also makes you a leader. And this is the proper way to introduce dogs. Dogs do not need to just roam free with each other when they see each other. And I've heard people say, you know, put the dogs together and, oh, they'll sort it out. Well, not all dogs sort things out the same. You know, a low energy dog might not do the same amount of damage as a high energy dog. And also a small dog is not doing the same amount of damage as a large dog. So it's important to control all dogs no matter what the shape, size, the breed. And all right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So now you see Evan's coming with me now. So I'm not having to correct him at all now. And this is only, you know, it's only really have taken a few minutes and the dog is learning. His tail is still up. There's still some eye contact. Notice he's turning away from my dog. He's turning away. My dog's still making eye contact, and that's okay. It takes him a little longer to get used to him. So let's go ahead and take a look again. So right here, I'm just moving closer to my dog, and I'm just making sure that there's going to be no more reaction from him. And he's wearing an e-collar, so every time I say no, my dog is getting a correction. So right now, as you can see, there's not much eye contact from Evan, which is good. He's looking up at me, and he's heeling to me now. So he's listening more and more to that leash pressure. Watch my dog go from looking at the dog to me. Now he's looking at me instead of Evan, which is a big deal. That's exactly what I want from him. He knows now that I'm controlling this other dog, and he's not focusing completely on the other dog. He's looking at me and what I'm doing. So it's important my dog's starting to recognize that I'm in control of this dog, and now he's actually avoiding him. So now he's not looking at him at all, which is a better behavior than what we were seeing. And with Evan, he's so new that I just want him to listen to leash pressure. I'm not worried about him really looking. And now, if we watch Evan, he's really listening. Let's take a look. Look at that. There's no leash pressure there, and I'm giving him some affection. The reason he's listening is because I'm consistent with him every time. Dogs need consistency. If you allow your dog to stop you on the leash, they will use that as a tool to stop you anytime, or anytime they want to go in a certain direction, they will go that way. So it's important here to have control of the dog. You want to use a collar with this, not a harness, because we want to gain control, have as much control of the dog's head that we can have. So if you got dogs that fight, or you got to introduce dogs, this is how you do it. You put one on place, put them on a tether, and the other one you work with. Do not allow them to just free roam and decide for themselves.